Today I would like to share with you a great story about the dog who chose him. On a cold, rainy evening in Chicago, 17-year-old Ethan Miller was riding his old bicycle through the empty streets. He was not riding for fun, he was delivering food. His jacket was thin, his shoes were wet, and his phone battery was almost dead. But Ethan kept pedaling because every dollar mattered. His mother was sick and the rent was already 2 weeks late. As he passed a dark alley behind a small restaurant, he heard something, a soft cry. At first, he thought it was the wind, but then he heard it again. "Please, don't be scared," Ethan whispered, slowing down his bicycle. He turned on his phone flashlight and pointed it into the alley. There, beside a broken cardboard box, was a small golden retriever puppy. Its fur was soaked, its little body was shaking, and around its neck was a red collar with no name tag. Ethan looked at the food bag hanging from his handlebar. He was already late. If he stopped now, the customer might cancel the order. That meant no tip. But the puppy looked at Ethan with helpless eyes. Ethan sighed. "I know what it feels like to be left behind," he said softly. He took off his own scarf, wrapped it around the puppy, and placed the little dog inside his delivery bag to keep it warm. The puppy stopped crying. It simply looked at Ethan as if it had been waiting for him. Ethan delivered the food late that night. The customer was angry and gave him a bad rating. But Ethan did not care. He took the puppy home. His mother, who was resting on the couch, looked surprised. "Ethan, we can barely feed ourselves," she said. "I know, Mum, but he had nobody." His mother looked at the puppy, then looked at her son. After a moment, she smiled. "Then I guess he has somebody now." Ethan named the puppy Lucky. For the next 3 days, Lucky followed Ethan everywhere. When Ethan went to deliver food, Lucky sat quietly in the bicycle basket. When Ethan came home tired, Lucky placed his head on Ethan's lap. But something was strange. Every evening, Lucky would stand near the front door and bark in the same direction, north. At first, Ethan ignored it, but on the 4th night, Lucky refused to sleep. He barked, scratched the door, and pulled Ethan's sleeve with his teeth. "What is it, boy?" Ethan asked. Lucky ran outside. Ethan followed. The puppy led him through 2 streets, across a narrow bridge, and toward an old abandoned building near the train tracks. He felt nervous. "Lucky, we shouldn't be here," he whispered. But Lucky kept running. Then Ethan heard something, a child crying. He froze. "Hello?" Ethan called. No answer. Lucky barked loudly and ran behind the building. Ethan followed him and found a small metal door, half open. Inside, the place was dark and freezing. His phone battery showed only 3%. He turned on his flashlight, and then he saw her. A little girl, maybe 6 years old, sitting behind old wooden boxes. She was wearing a pink coat, her face was dirty, and she was trembling. Ethan rushed toward her. Hey, it's okay. I'm not going to hurt you." The little girl looked at Lucky and started crying harder. "Buddy!" she shouted. Lucky jumped into her arms. Ethan stared. "Wait, you know this dog?" The little girl nodded. "He's my dog. His name is Buddy. He ran away when the car crashed." Ethan's heart dropped. "What car crash?" The little girl's lips shook. "I was in the car with my nanny. A man hit our car. I ran because I was scared. I got lost." Ethan immediately called 911, but his phone died before the call connected. He looked around. The girl was too weak to walk far, so Ethan took off his jacket and wrapped it around her. "What's your name?" he asked. "Lily," she whispered. "Okay, Lily, I'm Ethan. I'm going to get you home." Ethan carried her on his back while Lucky ran beside them. The rain was heavy and the streets were almost empty. Ethan's legs hurt, his arms shook, and he could barely breathe, but he did not stop. After 20 minutes, he saw a police car near a gas station. "Help!" he shouted. The officers rushed toward him. Within minutes, ambulances arrived. One police officer looked at Lily and suddenly shouted, "This is her! This is the missing girl!" Ethan did not understand. The next morning, Ethan woke up in a hospital chair beside his mother. His clothes were still damp, and Lucky was sleeping near his feet. A man in a dark suit entered the room. Behind him were 2 police officers and a woman crying with joy. The woman ran to Ethan and held his hands. "You saved my daughter," she said through tears. "You saved Lily." Ethan stood up nervously. "I just followed the dog," he said. The man in the suit smiled. That dog found the right person. Then he introduced himself. "My name is Richard Bennett." Ethan's mother gasped. Everyone in Chicago knew that name. Richard Bennett was one of the richest businessmen in the city. His daughter Lily had been missing for 4 days. The whole city had been searching for her. Richard looked at Ethan and said, "I heard you lost your delivery job because you were late saving our dog." Ethan looked down. "It's okay, sir. I can find another job." Richard shook his head. "No, a person like you should not be punished for kindness." 1 week later, Ethan received a letter. Inside was a check enough to pay his mother's medical bills and their rent for a full year. But that was not all. Richard also offered Ethan a scholarship to finish school, a part-time job at his company, and a small apartment near his mother's hospital. Ethan could not speak. His mother cried quietly. But the biggest surprise came when Lily visited him with Lucky. She held Ethan's hand and said, "Mom says Buddy can stay with you sometimes because he chose you too." Ethan smiled and knelt beside the dog. Lucky wagged his tail. "No," Ethan said softly, "his name is Buddy, and he didn't just save Lily." He looked at his mother, then at the letter in his hand. "He saved us too." Years later, Ethan became a successful emergency rescue worker. Whenever people asked why he chose that job, he always told them the same story. "One rainy night, I stopped for a dog when I had every reason not to, and that one small act of kindness changed my whole life. Because sometimes the thing you rescue is the thing that rescues you back."